Barney Frank showed incredible bravery, in my view, to, yes, answer the question posed to him by the reporter, I'm gay, so what? But what a masterful way to address that. And then, of course, he went on to this incredible career, showing up not just for the gay community, but showing up for all of us in so many ways, and becoming such an incredible force with such an impact on our country. But I just want to appreciate the bravery of someone like Barney Frank.
But perhaps the congressman's greatest legacy was changing how we do politics in Boston. He believed that government at its best could solve problems that mattered. And he trusted the people of Boston, all of Boston, to figure out those solutions. In leading the white administration, Barney Frank was unafraid to hire people who had been historically excluded from government, and who for that reason needed to be part of government for us to have true impact. He brought the neighborhoods into city government, and he took city government out into the neighborhoods, establishing little city halls throughout the city for residents to raise and solve issues together. If you think testifying before Congress is intense, try hosting open office hours with Boston residents on parking, schools, and bike lanes.
Barney possessed one of the sharpest minds in public life. He could dissect an argument in seconds. Yet behind that famous intellect was a generous spirit. This is my favorite story. Barney was being interviewed for a magazine article. Jim, you probably remember this, something like that. He was being interviewed for this article, and a young man was interviewing him for kind of a new magazine, I guess. And he said to him, my editor wants to know what poignant quote has meant a lot to you that you still remember and draw upon. So Barney said, tell your editor that's easy for me. My most poignant quote is Jimmy Durante saying, good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. I've always wondered what that meant. And he asked me if I would be interviewed by this young person too. So he came to me and he said, help me with this. My editor said that's a great quote, but he wanted to know if we could change it to good night, Ms. Calabash, wherever you are. No, I don't think so. Good night, Mr. Chairman Barney Frank. We know where you are. May you rest in peace. Thank you.
Barney wanted to be cremated. He didn't want a funeral or any big to-do. But we told him, and like with Jimmy and our dear friend Jeff Browning. I don't know where he's seated. I think he's up there, actually. He's moving up so nobody can see him. But he's a dear friend. He's the most capable person I've ever known. He helped me with all of this. But so he wanted to be cremated, and when I went to choose an urn, there were, all the sort of generic-y ones. And then I turned, and there was one. It was amazing. It was a lighthouse, and I just felt that was perfect because he's the beacon of light. He kept so many people from crashing on the rocks of life, just by showing his example, his strength, and humility, humor, all of that. Oh man, just so you know, the week leading up to this was harder than the years caring for him. Like, this has been harder by far. Oh man. So keep it short and sweet. He always said everybody knows about the bucket list. Everybody should have a bucket list. Well, there's a more important list, and that list rhymes with bucket. So do all your bucket lists, but then that other list is far more important as we get older, as people retire and stuff. He said that was just one of the best ones. I wanted to use one of his jokes, of course.
Barney wasn't special because he was gay. He wasn't special because he was Jewish. And he wasn't special because he was left-handed. Those were attributes. Barney was special because of the way he was as a person, as a man. His greatest legacy may be the courage he showed simply by living openly and honestly. He helped change the course of American history, not only through legislation, but through his own good example. He demonstrated that authenticity is a form of leadership and that progress often begins when somebody is willing to stand up and be seen. I miss my great friend Barney Frank.
Barney was a patriot. He loved this country, and he believed if you love something, you fight for it. So let us honor his memory, not just with words, but with deeds. Let us be brave enough to fight, decent enough to care, and annoyed enough to make a difference. Barney was all three, and then some. So we are better off because he was here. The world will miss him. I already do. We love you, Barney.